playing with you. Is this you on the guitar, TC?
Nah, I am seeing a lot of pausing though. We got 8 people watching us. Hey everyone, we'll be there shortly.
Got 11.
Hey, Lori Jean. Hey, Bart Plays. Thanks for being here. We'll be getting started shortly. Why is Lori a mod? Because she's helping us out. Hello, Brian. Bart, there's room for love there. We'll get you some, you can help us out that way too. Hey, Oblivious Dad, how's it going? Hi, Phil, how's it going? Hi, Nick. Hey, Nick and Diane are here. Ooh, which Disneyland ride is my favorite? Yeah, we're going to be putting out a video soon coming up here on Pirates of the Caribbean. Definitely our favorite ride. I can't speak for Don and Damien, though.
No, you can't.
Tabitha, hello, yo, hello. Ryan, what's up? All right. Five, four, three, two, one.
You're good.
Disneyland is your land. Come seek an adventure into your pirates, eh? Made the jump to life.
Well, hey everybody, and welcome to the Disneyland Beat Friends live stream, where we tap our toes to a Disneyland drum and we always whistle while we work. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us in this new live stream format. I'm TC from the Disneyland Beat. I make Disneyland-focused videos with my wife, Amy. Joined today by Damien Houston from the Damien Does Disney YouTube channel. Say hi.
Hey, everybody.
And you probably know him from our monthly news videos. And we're also joined by voice actor Don Morin.
Hey, everybody.
Don is the director and the host of the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet, which I gotta tell you, if you don't know about it, it is the best Disney fan gathering outside of D23. Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet, so make sure you check that out. There's a link in the description. And we're going to be your host for the show. I just want to say thank you so much to all of our Disneyland Beat subscribers who have been supporting us, me and Amy and everyone for the last year. We recently hit over 4,100 subscribers. We're having a great time making videos. We're more motivated than ever to do that, especially as we're getting closer back to getting into Disneyland. We have awesome co-hosts here. We have some fun topics, and I think we've got a great show in store for you. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. We'll catch up with those here in a second, and even share this out. We really need your help because all that stuff does a whole lot to help us grow. Woohoo! We got some folks here from Oregon, everyone, and we got some Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet fans in the house. All right.
Yeah.
The format that we're going to use here in each episode is we're going to have 3 or 4 segments on each show. We're going to do a current Disney news, and then the hosts, they're going to give their thoughts. Damien and Don will be able to give their thoughts, and then we're going to turn it over to you and read your chats and read your questions and discuss those with you. Then we're going to play a game, interactive game with you that you're going to have to put your answers in the chat. And then we're going to have another segment or maybe 2 that will change out from week to week. So we're really looking forward to it. We can't wait to talk to all of you. I do want to note that we are able to accept super chats for the first time, which is really cool. So if you can contribute a super chat, we'll promise we'll give your questions special attention. And we're just wondering who's going to be our first super chat. And any super chats, money will get shared evenly with Don and Damien for their time and effort in the show. Okay, and with that, we're going to get the show started with the Disneyland news. It's the Disneyland Beat Friends Disneyland News Wrap-Up. And we might mention those other parks, too. Okay, guys. We've got some folks here from Nick is from Denver in the house. Hey, Nick. And we've also, we've got Robert with his mom, Lisa, and his dad, Greg. Say hi. Say hey to everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, the big news that we're going to talk about, our first item on the list is Disneyland tickets. And I wish I could tell you when they're going to go on sale. We just don't know when that's going to happen yet.
Soon.
We know that it's going to happen really soon, and it's probably going to happen quickly and quietly. Disney has recently confirmed some stuff that we've already know, specifically stuff that everybody in a party will have to prove that they're a California resident to get into the park. So you're going to be able to buy a ticket. So if you're not a California resident, that's probably a good idea. Go ahead and buy those tickets, but you're not going to be able to make a reservation. You can make a reservation, but there's no point because they're going to be checking IDs at the park. You can't get in. So, unfortunately, that's how that's going to go. Of course, Disneyland will open April 30th, and we're really excited about that with the Grand Californian opening on the 29th. Mm-hmm. And the last we looked, which was today, you can't make reservations yet at the hotel, and you can't buy tickets yet. A touch of Disney has been going off without a hitch, and it's providing some lovely Disney magic for all of its guests. Damien is headed into the park this Sunday, right, Damien?
That's right.
You going to be making some videos?
Yes, of course. I'm going to do a couple of, might do live stream. I might do my regular monthly update.
And he's going to do some reports for us as well, right?
Correct.
Awesome. Cool. And then I have a question in a second, and then Six Flags Magic Mountain has opened its attractions already. Let me know if you've already been to Six Flags. That's awesome. Legoland has started previews. Universal Hollywood opens April 19th, and Knott's Berry Farm should be open early May after the Boysenberry Festival is over. Hey, everyone. Adrian, hello. Brian, how's it going? Brian Eisenhart. I have news on the cast member front. Well, I would like to hear that cast member front news. Spill it. Spill the beans. David Halkin, I hope they give some info prior to ticket sales to people who already have tickets and only need reservations. Those are golden tickets right now, because if you know when the reservation's going to happen, that's going to save you a lot of trouble to be doing that when everyone else is buying tickets. Son of man, nice. Cast members are being called back on April 11th and the 19th for training. Awesome. So we're going to have another wave of cast members going back. There's an up here for a second to me. Uh-oh.
I think we're okay.
Oh, you do?
She's always coming around getting into the mix.
Okay. Well, it's just what I'm seeing on my thing. So if you guys are saying it's okay, it's okay. My boyfriend is a Disneyland cast member in a very important department. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Brian,
that must
for
be the
sharing
snacks department.
That's a very important department.
Yeah. Churros, corn dogs, Dole Whip.
No, of course.
Awesome. Okay. Well, my question is to you guys, is everyone excited about the reopening? And what is the first thing you guys want to do when you get back to the park? Oh, your best friend. Good clarification.
All right. Who you want to start with?
Damien, how about you?
All right, cool. So I would say I will do when I walk through those gates at Disneyland, other than cry, of course, I would probably jump on the Disneyland Railroad and just take a nice round trip around the park, just taking it all in, and go back around to Main. Probably head straight to Space Mountain, so that'll be my probably first ride I'll do.
Space Mountain. Love it.
Yeah, then of course probably head over towards Galaxy's Edge.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Don? What are you going to do when you get back to the parks? And are you excited about the reopening?
Totally excited. And, I thought I was intense on getting a fake ID when I was like, 18 or whatever. But now I would love a California fake ID more than anything right now, just to be able to get into the park.
I genuinely have spent some time exploring a loophole as an out-of-state. So
if there's anyone watching currently living in California, maybe I could maybe get the address.
Yeah, if anybody looks a lot like any of us, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. But to answer your question, absolutely. I was going regularly throughout the year for a number of years to report and research and things, and of course have fun. So to go over a year without being at the park has been challenging. When the happiest place on earth is closed, that's a bad year, right? So what would I do? I'd walk into the gates. I'd go to the first popcorn cart right there in Town Square. I'd buy a box of popcorn, and I would slowly meander down Main Street and just take it all in. Streetcars, horse-drawn trolleys, all the views down Main Street, smell the candy shop, hear all the noises, the Dapper Dan singing somewhere along the Main Street, and just find a bench in the hub and just sit down,
chill,
listen to the Matterhorn in the distance, the Mark Twain whistle off in the distance, and just the view of the castle.
That sounds amazing.
Take it in.
That sounds perfect.
Is that all right?
Yeah, we put out an entire video on this, and I think it's almost becoming a little cliche, but I just want to go get on the train and ride the Disneyland Railroad all the way around the Grand Circle and take the full tour in and just see how everything's doing and see where everyone's spreading out to, and then go take a ride. There's a vlogger part of me that wants to go right to Snow White's Enchanted Wish and see what the new ride is.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing I would like to do. What about you guys? What would you guys like to do? Sonia, hey. Oblivious Dad, I want to jump in the Mickey bushes at the entrance and give it a hug.
That's awesome.
Attraction cast members are already in training to learn the new rules on dealing with COVID. Well, that's great. And we know, and it's nice to know that Disney is going to do a good job with that. It's a good place to still go take a vacation. By the way, I loved the April Fool's video. Thank you. We had a good time with that. I think there were a bunch of people who were about 30, 45 seconds into that video and were like, I don't know if I like this so much. And then they realized it was a joke. So if you haven't seen that, go back and check that out. We were just having fun.
You mentioned those safety protocols, and the great thing about Disney is they've had months and months of experience at Disney World, right? So they're going to bring all of those things they've learned and keep things safe here at Disneyland. So I have no doubt that it's going to be they're going to be on top of it in every possible way.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a few unknowns, but we're going to know shortly. It's exactly what's going to happen. They're talking about some rides might be, over 15 minutes. They might have trouble, this, that, and the other. But they're going to work out ways to make it all happen. I'm very confident that. Haunted Mansion is where Brian is going to head first. Nice. David, I really hope the park hours will be something like 9 to 9. Midnight would be great, but at least 12 hours for the money. I hope so, too. I hope that evening a little bit without it. There's not going to be an evening spectacular at first, but, just being able to stay for a nice day. Mm-hmm. And straight to BTMRR. Why am I blanking on?
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Oh, yeah. Ride. Yeah, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Nick grabbing a turkey leg on the way.
Ham.
The first thing in the morning, I get that breakfast chimichanga. There we go.
Oh, fantastic.
So the other major news that we had, and I'll take a second here and we can take a peek at the expansion concept art that got dropped with Disneyland Forward. And do we feel, I have some questions. So there's proposals here to transform the West Side parking areas into an extension of Disneyland and DCA, with the current Toy Story parking lot being turned into a Disney Springs-esque area with shopping, dining, and it looks like hotels to me. Disney teased some attractions and some really beautiful but pretty blurry concept art. And I guess my question is how do we feel about a park expansion? And do we feel any of the lands that they teased are what they actually have in mind? And how do we feel about taking the hotels? I got a lot of questions. Immersing them in the park and the Disney Springs-esque area. Any thoughts? So let's just start. How do we feel about the park expansion? And do we feel that what they showed us is what they actually have in mind? Don?
No. No, that's just some concept stuff just to throw together, create some excitement, make it a little blurry, and just give the city of Anaheim, County of Orange, some things to think about. To squeeze all that in around the hotels over there, the Disneyland Hotel and the other one, I just don't see it. They were talking about doing a downtown Disney type of thing over in the old Strawberry Field Toy Story parking lot. And I mean, that space would be much better for a third gate.
It's huge. It
is. And to extend the monorail over there would be, you can make that happen. And I mean, whatever they do, it's going to be fantastic. Yeah. But you got to get the city's buy-in first, right? And that's what they're trying to do. And it's fun to dream. It's fun to look at that stuff and wonder what if and all the things that they might do.
Yeah.
And it'll be even better when they do it. But we're talking 5 to 10 years down the road to even break ground.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm just interrupt for just a second. It looks like we're getting a bit of a bad connection. And guys, let us know. It sounds like if you can refresh, it might get better. But let us know if it doesn't get better, because we can maybe stop the stream and restart the stream too, to make sure that we're getting a better signal. So I'm sorry about that. We're still working all the bugs out on that. So no, I think you're right. Don. It's definitely as fun as it is to kind of try and dig into it and say this is attraction and this is that attraction. It's probably just to get us excited and to get some public support behind the idea. I would agree. But it is, the whole time I've been thinking that myself. It's such a narrow parking lot. It feels like it's about as wide as Pixar Pier. We've got some comments here. Brian Eisenhart, I don't think Anaheim City Council will go for it. The businesses on the harbor would really suffer. Those are taxpayers the council listens to. Yeah, I think it depends on how they do it as far as the harbor businesses are concerned. But, I mean, adding hotels is going to initially draw guests away from those hotels potentially. Damien, what do you think?
Well, I think that from the concept art that the Simba parking lot, it looks smaller than it is. It's actually pretty huge parking lot. Because the last time I was out there, I was like, this place is actually pretty big, the Simba parking lot. So it's a little bit deceiving from the artwork. Mm-hmm. But I think they could put quite a few attractions in there, with the show buildings and things like that. They could probably squeeze about 2 decent attractions.
Right.
Probably a ticket attraction. Then, for the concept art on the, I would say the DCA side, that volcano, it might be a Moana theme attraction, I think. Or if you go over to Tokyo Disney Sea, that 20,000 Leagues attraction with the big volcano.
Right.
Do that.
Yeah.
So a lot of possibilities there.
Yeah.
Then you talk about the actual hotels, like engulfing the surrounding hotels within the park. They may take a page out of Disneyland Paris, where the Disneyland Hotel is inside of the park altogether. So that's another thought right there with the Disneyland Hotel here. Might just plop that right in the middle.
Well, I think that would, I mean, if they did do that, I mean, obviously the Disneyland Hotel and the Paradise Pier hotel prices would go up. But what a cool thing to have 3 hotels inside the park. That is pretty wild to think about. The logistics of operating 3 hotels inside the park seems like a lot, but I imagine they could do that. We have a couple of comments. Greg and Sonia say it's looking better now. Sounds good here. So we are hoping that is the case and that you're getting a pretty decent stream. Cool.
The way they had the way the concept art looked, it looked like there would also be entrances into DCA and Disneyland over there by Disneyland Hotel, where the new portions of the parks would be, and that would be the first time you'd have a secondary entrance to Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
That might throw things off, but it just kind of seems strange to me. It doesn't quite jive. I'm excited. Whatever they're going to do, like I said, is going to be phenomenal, but I think it'll end up being something different.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be something totally different.
Yeah, they do have an esplanade and then, entrances from both parks. So, there looked like there were several entrances.
Yeah.
And so the other thing that's in the news that is really fun is the corn dog pickled. So the new corn dog pickle dog is one of the most popular things at the park. It's a batter dipped, hot dog, corn dog, and it's rolled in panko crumbs on the outside. And then on the inside, the hot dog is completely surrounded by a pickle. So I just wanted to ask you, anyone out there, and we'd like to see in the comments too, what do you guys think about the pickle dog?
And the person that has the special cast member in the special department, if they're in charge of that pickle dog.
Good question. Hi, Disney Lost Boys and Girls. Thanks for joining us. Brian says, anything is possible with Disney. And of course, it has the peanut butter dipping sauce. Is that something you guys would like? Is that something that would fit your taste buds?
No.
I'm on it. This might sound weird, but I've been known in the past to make peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. So,
goodness.
So I would try this thing. Is it a regular hot dog or is it like a sausage dog? I couldn't tell by the picture.
I think it's just a regular hot dog.
Yeah. I'd totally give it a shot.
Yeah, I sure love Disneyland corn dogs, and sweet and sour together actually is something I'd give it a go. But I don't blame you, Damien. Sonia says, no. And Brian Eisenhart says, that to me sounds absolutely disgusting.
Yes, Brian.
There's only one thing better than one of those corn dogs.
What's that?
Two of those corn dogs.
Extra peanut butter.
Cool. What do you guys want to play? Which one do you like?
Ooh.
Do that.
Can we?
Oh, wait, we got Sonia says peanut butter, banana, and bacon. Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes, that's nice. All right, guys, we're going to play a game. Here we go. It is on this day today that the Disneyland Beat Friends ask you, which one do you like? So, hey guys, we have some questions for you. They're just really simple questions about Disneyland. And all you have to do is just get your fingers on your keyboards and type in usually a 1-word answer, 2-word answer as to which one you like. I'm going to give you a choice as to which one you like. So let us know in the comments here. So you have to pick one. You can't say both or none. You have to pick one. So which one do you like? Fantasmic or World of Color? Don.
Easy peasy. Fantasmic all day long. World of Color, it's okay. I would go there for the dessert party thing, but otherwise I'm Fantasmic. There's so much more interactive elements to it, so much more variety, live action, of course. There's just, is there a World of Color? Is it going to be around? Is anyone like that when you have Fantasmic? I just made some people mad, but I'm kidding. But Fantasmic's phenomenal. All the way to the big finale. It's great.
Damien?
I agree. Fantasmic is amazing. However, World of Color is really good on New Year's Eve. That's the best time to go see it. It is so spectacular on New Year's Eve, it just comes alive. So, but overall show, fantastic, hands down.
All right, we've got One World of Color and Phantasmic, Phantasmic, Phantasmic. Two Worlds of Color, Phantasmic, 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 hands down. Phantasmic, World of Color, and Phil broke the rules with realistically both. We hear you. For me, it's Phantasmic. It's got live actors in it, and that is the most important thing in a way for me. When the sailing ship Columbia comes around the bend, I get goosebumps every single time. But I do really appreciate World of Color happening on weekday evenings sometimes. So that is kind of nice. Okay, which one do you like? Disneyland popcorn or Disneyland churro? Let us know in the comments, folks. Let us know. Don, we'll head to you this time.
Well, I mentioned it earlier, stopping on Main Street and grabbing a box of popcorn and just strolling down Main Street, just Main Street USA, just like Walt used to do. I love churros. I eat several on every trip, but popcorn's worth it if I had to choose. The experience with the popcorn, it makes it all worth it.
Right on. Damien?
Churro, 100% the original churro. I love it when it's like nice and warm, especially on the one in Frontierland.
So with a pickle in it?
No.
What I've always wondered is, why isn't there a popcorn churro? You know, some with some sweet sauce with a bunch of popcorn stuck to it.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe mini popcorn or something like that.
Yeah.
I kind of go for the churros, and I like the more fancy the name and the more drizzles and colors on it, the happier I am.
Huh.
So we've got Disneyland popcorn from the Disney Lost Boys and Girls. We've got a churro, a popcorn, churros, churro. Popcorn. I know Don will appreciate this one. The caramel corn at DCA.
Yes. A hidden secret. A lot of people don't know about that.
Yeah, churro, especially the limited edition churros. Fun fact, the churros come frozen. The popcorn is popped fresh. Yeah, I believe Don is, you like to wait around for the fresh popcorn.
I will walk around and watch the popcorn cart. And as soon as the popcorn starts spilling out of the popper, I get in line and I get fresh popcorn.
Yeah, right on. Try the toffee churro. Anything toffee is amazing. Toffee, salt and sugar together is just the best. Okay, which one do you like? Big Thunder or the Matterhorn? Okay, Damien, we'll go to you.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, all day. I love Matterhorn too, but it's just too darn bumpy. You know, if I had a back crack, if I want my back cracked, I go to Matterhorn. But I love Big Thunder Mountain, hands down.
Don, what about you?
Yeah, that is so difficult choosing between those two. The Matterhorn has the theme music, the beautiful mountain, that creepy going up the lift with the Yeti following you. But there's just something about Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the train whistle, the spinning around that you do a couple times through there and going up multiple lifts, and then the big finale. There's just something about it. Daytime, nighttime, love it. So Big Thunder.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a threefer. I kind of like Big Thunder. I love Matterhorn, don't get me wrong. And when I see the Matterhorn in my head, I see the video of Walt in the car, you know, so it's got that connection. But Big Thunder just has such a solid ride with perfectly timed show scenes and excitement right after. It's really cool. So I missed a comment on the popcorn. Hey, TC, Damien, and Don from Jeff. I love watching the popcorn rotate in the little machine that the mini character spins. Yep. But my answer is churro. Yeah, I love going around and seeing all those different characters.
Yeah, you don't see little churro spinners, do you?
No.
Popcorn's where it's at.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
You know why? Because they're frozen.
That's right. So we've got Big Thunder, Big Thunder, Big Thunder, Matterhorn. Jeff says, I agree with Damien, Big Thunder. Big Thunder at night, Big Thunder. Matterhorn needs a retrack and better trains. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad in the rain. Remember that run, Damien?
Oh.
Well, D or Don? Maybe that was Don. That's probably for Don from Nick. Big Thunder. Though Matterhorn is a classic and a Walt original, it is bumpy and uncomfortable. Big Thunder is overall a ton of fun. Big Thunder, love the dynamite. I think we all agree. All right, so which one do you like? Mr. Toad's Wild Ride or Alice in Wonderland? It's a toughie. Don, we'll go to you.
Boy, that's another tough one here. Picking perfect attractions that are very tough to choose between. Everyone is big on Mr. Toad. I'm just okay with him, that attraction. Alice in Wonderland, it's got the cool cars you ride in. So does Toad, but, you ride in big bugs. You got multi-levels in the attraction, and they added some plus-up projections and things like that in there. So I think Alice in Wonderland has to win on that side.
All right. Damien?
I have to go with Mr. Toad. Classic attraction, I just love the whole story and everything like that. Especially the finale when you go through hell.
Oh, no, the Inferno room.
Yeah, I like it. It's a little story to it. You drink and drive, you go through the Inferno. So,
not that I have a problem with the word.
Disney storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of, it's really tough for me. Someone made a suggestion the other day, like, what if you did to Mr. Toad what they did to Alice and turned it in, plussed it up with some projections? Would that be a cool thing? But for me, I don't know. They're both so close. I'll just go with Mr. Toad just because it would, I don't know. I'm not sure why. I feel like there should at least be one ride in the park that doesn't have that extra layer and is really just flats and physical props.
Yeah.
One thing I'll add in on that too is I believe the queue line is better for Alice in Wonderland too. The Toad one, it's very short inside, and then you kind of go back in the corner. Alice in Wonderland, you got the Mad Teacup Party music going on, and you can see all that action going on, and you have the Matterhorn right there. You hear the Yeti once in a while, maybe parades going by. A lot more going on over there.
That's true. But you do get to rub Thaddeus for good luck.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Let's check on the comments here. Let's see. Toad, Alice, Toad, Mr. Toad, all day. Always Toad, Mr. Toads. Jeff, that's impossible. What's impossible, Jeff? Alice in Wonderland. Love the update. I do think that it is a really good example of how to update a ride without ruining it while still maintaining everything. I like the one in the east wing of the castle. Okay, the one in the east wing of the castle. Okay, that would be Toad. Oh, no, what? Toad, or is Alice is sort of around the side? Are. Yeah. There you go. Ha ha ha, you got me. You totally did too. Alice in Wonderland. Love the whimsical atmosphere, especially after the upgrade. Fun fact, you ride above Mr. Toad's Inferno scene. There's almost no good, we're on World of Color. There's almost no good seats for World of Color. There's not really seats for World of Color. You have to do dessert party. I think if you want to sit down.
For the dessert party, you get yourself a seat.
Yeah. Yep. Otherwise, it's a long stand on some cement. There's no doubt.
That's the only way I'll watch World of Color.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, and even with the cheapest dining deal at the Hungry Bear, you still get a good seat for Fantasmic. Yeah? Good point on the queue, Don. That's right. Okay, Toad. And Angela says popcorn. Gotcha. I think Angela might just be a few seconds behind us. That's my guess. But who knows? She might be right with us. All right, here we go. Which one do you like? Casey Jr. or the Storybook Land Canal boats? Oh.
Good one.
Damien.
All right. So I can't say both, but I will have to go with the Storybook. This reason why, because I'm a tall person. And getting into those trains is just like getting into a clown car. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm just climbing in there like a giant animal or something like that. So
that's what makes it awesome.
Yeah. I remember the last time I got on there, some kid looked at me like, "You're big." But I have to go with the Storybook, the canoes.
So canal boats, yeah.
Canoes.
Don?
Davy Crockett. That's another difficult choice because you get the narration from a live person on the Storybook Land Canal boats. But Casey Jr. Circus Train, if you can get if you're first in line, you get the very back car facing backwards.
Backwards.
That's the best. Everyone knows. It's much longer than you expect. It's like does this figure eight thing and goes around a couple times, and doesn't it go upside down too or something? I don't know. But you do the I think I can going up the hill, and you get an overview of everything. So I think I'd have to go with the Casey Junior train.
If I had to choose, I think I would probably go with the Storybook Canal boats. I like miniatures and I like models. I'm a theater designer. I build models. So everything about miniatures is just fascinating. And then there's this whole horticulture miniature side to it as well. But really, if I had my way, I would ride Casey Jr. during the day because I love the song. And I always feel like better about myself after I've gone up and over the hill. And then at night, I like to do the canal boats because the lighting is better for all of the miniatures and that stuff at night.
And there is one scene there where towards the end when you're riding in the canal boats where you have the view of the Matterhorn and they put some mountains down in the attraction. And so it kind of all blends into one.
Click.
Spectacular.
Yes, I know exactly. Like right behind Geppetto's village.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, in the comments, we've got Casey Jr., Casey Jr., Casey Jr. Oh, Casey's rolling it in a whole bunch of those. Casey Jr., Casey Jr., Casey Jr. It's a great quick trip around Storybook Land with a bit of a thrill for the kids. It kind of is. Yeah, I hear that they had to close it after the first couple days because the first couple days it was open, they had too much hill. And it was tipping over and going too fast.
Yeah. It wasn't too self-confident yet, so it couldn't get up
I didn't really think it could.
I think I can. I'm going to go have a churro.
Oblivious Dad says, Casey Jr., my oldest son name is Casey. Aw. Angela's chiming in on Big Thunder. Nick says, Damien, Evie makes me get in those cages every time. At 6 foot 6 inches, I love it every time. Yeah. It's kind of like the Matterhorn. I'm a big guy, too. Well, I'm a big guy in my own way. And the Matterhorn, like the middle seat is the most cramped of all three seats. And the front seat really is the most relaxing. And I've been called out by people because I've had my young son sit behind me in the middle seat when I've sat up front just so I can like not be like, cramming my legs up.
Hey, you just sounded like the Yeti right there.
Sonia says Storybook. Yeah. Brian says that's a tough one. I love them both, but gotta go. Bye, Brian. Thanks for checking in. Casey by a crow's beak. And Jeff, thanks, guys. This is a lot of fun. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks so much. We're having fun too. All right, this is our last question here before the next in our last segment for tonight. On the Pixar Pal Around, do you like fixed or swinging gondolas? Are you a fixed or are you a swinging gondola person? Don?
Well, never been on it.
Oh.
I haven't. That's one thing I haven't been on. But I guess if I have to, I would fix.
Understood. Damien?
Swing. Definitely swing. It's definitely such a rush, such a thrill. Especially if you get on there with someone who's never been on there before. And it just freak out. A lot of people just freak out on a swing, but it's so much fun. You even get like some airtime.
Oh, good. Brian's not going anywhere. Yeah, I'm a fixed. I did the swinging and won't do that again. So did the fixed and like honestly, like it is for me, for whatever reason, it's the most thrilling of the thrill rides in the park. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, no problem, and Incredicoaster, no problem. But the swinging gondolas of the Pixar Pal Around, they just take me down every time. Nick likes the fixed ones. Glad you're sticking around, Brian. Crystal Ray, fixed. Brian, fixed. Phil, fixed is the only one we've done. Adrian, fixed for sure. It's worth trying the other one for sure. And like Damien says, if you like it, you could definitely scare somebody good.
Right after a pickle corn dog.
Ooh.
Do the swinging one.
Yeah, do not get on there if you eat, because I've seen people just hurl all their stuff up. It's not pretty.
Fixed. The swinging ones terrify me. I'm lost on this last one, Jeff. Yeah, never been on it either. Don, yeah, you guys should go check it out. On the Pixar Pal Around, it's just a Ferris wheel, a big one, but it's got gondolas that are attached to the outside, but then it's got some on the inside that are on tracks that move as it goes around. It's pretty
I
wild.
watch them. I hear people scream. Yeah, I'm going to pass on that.
Normally swinging, but here's some advice. Never do it with your eyes closed throughout the ride. Learn from experience. Greg Gustin, swinging. Sonia, nope. I always call it the sun wheel, says Brian. Yeah, that's 2 incarnations back, that's for sure, but that's it. I did the Mickey wheel and went on the swinging one. Big mistake. Oh, so that's the name of the Ferris wheel. Yeah, Jeff, that's the Pixar Pal Around used to be the Mickey Fun Wheel, Mickey's Fun Wheel, which used to be the Sun Wheel. But it's been around since the start of the park, for sure. Okay, so that was fun. I had a good time with that. We're going to do our last segment, which today is going to be This Day in Disneyland History.
This Day in Disneyland History.
Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future.
Okay, so on April 5th, 1998, so 1998 today, at Walt Disney World, the Enchanted Tiki Room, under new management, opened, replacing Tropical Serenade, which is essentially the same show as Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room with a new pre-show. So this opened bringing in Iago from Aladdin and Zazu from The Lion King, who took over the Tiki Room and had a whole new show. So I just have some questions about this. This version is panned pretty hard by most fans. Did you guys happen to see this version during the 13 years that it played? I was there for 13 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I never did.
I saw it. If you did see it, are there parts that you liked and others that you didn't think were so good? Or what did you think about the show?
It was, I liked it. You know, they got rid of one of the slow songs from the Enchanted Tiki Room and they added new characters for the kids. So, you know, rather than get rid of it, I took what they presented and they did the best they could with it. I thought it was fun. The classic one is obviously classic and something Walt had a hand in, but I also believe that you don't want to keep things stagnant. Walt would always update and change things, and so I'm perfectly fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You know, it was interesting that they definitely brought in, I mean, the Tiki Room is a bunch of original songs, but I think people don't realize that it actually is made up of a lot of popular songs from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Even some of the instrumentals in the Tiki Room are borrowed songs mixed with original songs, and the overlay used songs like Friend Like Me and Hakuna Matata, as well as pop songs like Get On Your Feet, Get On Your Feet, and Hot, 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 and all that kind of stuff. What do you think of that? Do you think the birds at Disneyland should expand their repertoire?
No, I don't think so. I think leave it the same.
Leave it the same?
Yeah, leave it the same.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Disneyland's a little different. It has a little more history to it. Either leave it the same, maybe updated in some ways, maybe not introduce those current characters so much. I mean, Iago's kind of annoying, you know. But you know, it might get replaced at some point with something else. Or do you keep it as classic and it's always there? I mean, they do a great magic trick in there, so that's always fun.
Yeah, make people disappear.
Exactly.
We got some comments here. Big mistake on introducing it. Never been to Walt Disney World. Never seen that version of the show, but we heard it was not so well received. Don't touch it, don't touch it. No changes, don't change it. It definitely took something that was a little bit more classic Disney and just sort of made it a little bit more fun, sort of not more fun, but attempted to make it more fun, like have a musical review, more dance, more upbeat, you know, that type of thing. You know, tried to update the jokes. No way, keep it the same. And if you get Tiki Maynard, you're in for a treat. So let us put your hands up on the screen if you've ever had Tiki Maynard. I've definitely had Tiki Maynard, and let us know in the comments if you've ever had Maynard run the Tiki room for you. Maynard is one of the cast members at the Disneyland, and he's beloved, and he does do a fantastic job when he's working in the Tiki Room. That's for sure. So one of the things I wanted to show you guys that happened recently is some art got released. I'm going to try and put it up here on the big screen, showing Moana as an overlay at the Tiki Room. So I thought that would be very, very interesting. You can see some concept art here, and also a replacement of the waterfall, where it looks like, you know, we might have a talking Moana of some kind, and you can see the lagoon with her ship back there. Now, Disney has already come out and said that this is not going to the birds aren't going anywhere, is how they phrased it. But what do you guys think about Moana being part of the Tiki Room? What do you guys think about that?
For which park? For Magic Kingdom or for Disneyland?
For either. Ooh, wait, we got to, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt just for a second, just so we've got some Maynard love here. Yes, Maynard is the best. Nick, hands up the best. Angela, you're just leaving my shift on the COVID-19 unit. Thank you for your work there. Your show is making my day. I love you all, and thank you for doing this. You help the morale of so many. Thank you so much. Crystal Ray, yes, Maynard is crazy. Yeah, I think that is also an adjective that could potentially be used to describe Maynard. Yes, he is the best host ever, but that also works for the Tiki Room. Met him many times. We even gave him a star charm to award him for all the magic that he's brought to others. I've only been able to talk to him at the West Side cast member diner. He was working Mansion, but he is a very nice guy. He is a very nice guy. He definitely went out of his way to make the Tiki Room special for my son, who got to wake up Jose. And that was pretty cool.
Cool.
Would you guys have any thoughts on Moana? Or I just think it's kind of cool to show it anyways.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably be cool as like a temporary layover or something like that for a seasonal or something like that. But yeah, I like the traditional Tiki Room as well, but it depends.
My question is, like, how would it work? Like, it's still birds in the rafters, right?
Yeah.
No matter what. But, you know, the tiki gods, and, you know, if there were like large sails in there, like when Moana goes into the cave and plays on the drum and they were to come to life or something, it might be neat.
That might be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know that I think Moana deserves space in the parks. Maybe something bigger.
I agree with
Tremendous
that.
film. And probably the story that's told in that film has so much to offer for a theme park attraction. I just don't think it would do it justice for the Enchanted Tiki Room or for Moana to combine those two.
Yeah. We've got some comments. My daughter would love the Moana overlay. We've never been to the Tiki Room, but we'll go next trip. Phil says, not sure how it would work in the Tiki Room itself, but we could see an adjacent attraction themed with Moana. I certainly could see that as well, too. A water ride just would be awesome. Depends on how they go about wanting to incorporate Moana, says Brian. I still may want no changes. I still may want no changes, too. Disney Lost Boys and Girls. Maybe Moana could appear at the end of the show to greet guests. Maybe. And she's got her meet and greet over there near Tarzan's treehouse, which is good. But I think she deserves more than that. That's for sure. I'm open to adding Moana, but the basic show should stay the same. Yeah, I agree. Maybe if they added, Nick says, maybe if they added a singing hey hey. That would be pretty funny. I would like that. I do love hey hey. That's for sure. Awesome. My last question on the Enchanted Tiki Room is at the Disneyland Enchanted Tiki Room. Enchanted Tiki Room. That's how you're supposed to say that. In the Enchanted Tiki Room. What's your favorite
drink there, TC?
What is your favorite character or moment, or why is the room important to you, and why is it important to Disney history? You can pick one. So what's your favorite moment or character, or why is the Tiki Room important to you and important to Disney history in your life? Personal. You can make it personal. Or not. Don.
Me? So there's so many things that are so personal with it because of the history. Walt had a hand in it. Obviously, he was very involved in this attraction. Wanted to start it as a dinner theater with those birds at first. It was first audio animatronics, and so many of them. And the biggest, the best part, it's all fantastic. I mean, especially if you take someone who's never seen it before, and you're looking around, and all these birds are just kind of sitting there, plants are sitting there, and they're just like, okay, what's this going to be? And the birds come alive, and the plants come alive. But when all the white birds come out of the ceiling, come down and start, it's just pretty epic.
Yeah, absolutely. Damien?
Yeah, I love that scene when all the white birds come down. Just like that's like the climatic scene right there. Plus, as an attraction itself, is classic waltz. Like Don said, it's like, first animatronics, the whole nine. It's just, you can't touch that attraction. I'm sorry.
Introduced that attraction to everybody on television.
Yeah. And you can eat inside that attraction, so that's another win.
Right, that's right. You were supposed to be. Yeah. You can take your Dole Whip inside, and as we know, it was originally intended to be a dining location. We got some comments here. I think keeping Moana as a meet and greet would be great, but retheme the Bengal barbecue to more Polynesian themed restaurant. That's a good idea. I like that. Brian says it is part of Walt. Changing it is like changing part of Walt. If you can understand what I'm trying to say, I think we can. Brian, for sure. The other bit, I'm going to change the topic here. The other bit of history that happened today, in 1965 today, April 5th, 1965, the Academy Awards were held, and Julie Andrews won the award for Best Actress for her role in Mary Poppins. The film won 5 awards, in fact, for special effects, editing, and music. And the film is a true Disney classic. Though it was breaking countless technical boundaries, the story of the film still shines through, which is why I think it's so good. It was one of Walt's last great achievements. And I want to pull up a picture here. There she is, Julie Andrews accepting, or at an after party with her Academy Award. Do you have, and here's my question, do you have a favorite moment from the original film? And do you have a favorite moment or Mary Poppins reference from within Disneyland? What are the favorite things inside Disneyland where we get to see and play with Mary and Bert and other things like that you enjoy? And do you have a favorite moment from the original film? Those are my questions for everyone out there. Put it in the chat. And Don, you want to field this one?
Favorite moments from the film, Step in Time when they're on the rooftops, tremendous dance scene and singing and just choreography is just spectacular there, and it's just such a dream sequence. It's just spectacular. And then the Feed the Birds moment where the old lady's on the steps in front of the church, and thinking about every time I see that scene in that movie, I think about Walt asking the Sherman Brothers to play that song on the piano in his office every Friday for him at the end of the day. And so that just seems pretty special,
Absolutely. Damien, are you a fan?
Yeah, definitely Step in Time. That's just the movie right there. It's this classic scene.
Amazing choreography. I love the making of when you see them rehearsing Step in Time.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Damien? I mean, they're working so hard.
I haven't seen that. Yeah, I haven't seen that scene though.
We got some comments here. Nick will circle back to that. Mary Poppins, favorite Disney movie of all time, and Dick Van Dyke is a national treasure, no doubt. Love his dancing and singing. Oblivious Dad, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Brian says, I like the measuring tape scene. Peanut J says, my favorite song of all time is Feed the Birds. And Disney Lost Boys and Girls. I love how they explore the 2D animated chalk drawing. Yeah, I love that they jump into that. That's really cool. Shannon says, Feed the Birds. Angela says, when Mary Poppins comes flying out of the sky with her umbrellas and outturned toes. What an iconic silhouette she is. Peanut J, Dick Van Dyke was not a trained dancer, which blows my mind. He did it so well. And Brian Eisenhart, the new movie was very good, but can't hold a lamp to the original. I was going to ask about that too. For me, my favorite moment is the sequence when right after Father talks to Dick Van Dyke, and Dick Van Dyke kind of makes him realize, like, oh, you don't have time to spend with your kids, do you? You've got other things that you're prioritizing. And then he takes that walk to the bank, and he does it at night in the silhouettes with the Peter Ellen Shaw matte paintings. And it's stunning and visually just gets, I have goosebumps right now talking about it. So, so that moment, like, it's just perfect movie making for me. Really perfect movie making. The new movie, I thought it was really good. What do you guys think about it? Mary Poppins Returns?
I didn't get a chance to see no movie yet.
Don, have you seen it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was fantastic. They did a tremendous job. That's big shoes to fill. And I thought she did really well with that. And ended up being a really nice story.
I thought so too. I thought it was very touching. It's such a hard thing to take on, and I think they did it, tastefully and carefully. I don't think it, quite captured the lightning in the bottle again, but it still was really amazing. I don't know how it could, because there were just so many things happening at once with Mary Poppins. Yeah. Technology is stuff that we've just gotten used to. But the new movie was still excellent. I thought Mark Shaman's music was really quite lovely. I thought that was good. Pina J. Brian Bugert says, the new movie was excellent. I was so glad to see Dick Van Dyke in it. Yeah, I was so glad to see him in that as well. Absolutely. Well, guys, I believe we are going to start to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Please throw us a like if you haven't. Oh, Brian, the music was great, parallels the original nicely, but Emily is not Julie Andrews. No, she did a great, fantastic. I like that she took it in a different direction, though. Mary was more stern, more directly out of the books. So she didn't try and copy, which I thought was very good. Sheila says, I found it very entertaining, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did, too. I would second that. Well, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much. We had a really great time. We're very excited to be doing this. We're going to be back again in 2 weeks. So we're going to be back again Monday the 19th. So please join us for that. Disney Lost Boys, thank you, TC, Damien, and Don. Congrats on your first live stream. Thank you so much. This is probably Jake. Jake, thanks so much for all of your support. And we're so happy to everyone check out his channel too. He's got a great channel. Thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. Proud of you, Damien. Thanks, guys. You cheered up my night. Thank you. Thank you all so much. We had such a wonderful time. I want to thank Damien and Don for being here. I want to thank every one of you for joining us. I do want to give Damien and Don a chance to talk about their projects for a moment. If they want, we have some Pirates of the Caribbean videos that'll be coming. A video that'll be coming out in the next day or two, where we compare and contrast all 5 versions of Pirates of the Caribbean across the globe. Damien or Don, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm right in the middle of my Disney World series. So if you guys haven't checked that out on my channel, I just dropped my Hollywood Studios video today, where I was explore Hollywood Studios. And I have about 6 more videos in the series, a couple of more point of view videos coming out pretty soon. And hey, I'm live on Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 6:30 over at D3.
That's right. I always check that out myself. Don?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This was a lot of fun. Look forward to the next time in 2 weeks. And if you haven't heard of Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet, please check us out at pnwmousemeet.com. We have an event right now scheduled for this summer, July 10th. 2021. We're waiting to see if we can get some confirmations from our governor and the convention center, see if we can even do anything. But if we don't do it this summer, we'll do it again next summer, and we'll announce dates for that. So stay tuned and check us out. And for those of you that do follow us and have been to events before, thanks for following along.
Yeah, we will definitely spend some more time on the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet, because that's very important to me as well. An excellent event. And thank you, Don and Damien, so much for being here. And thank you, everybody. And thanks so much for checking in. And hey, we're out of time. That's it for today. Please like the live stream. Subscribe to the Disneyland Beat if you're new. We have lots of fun content. We hope that you check us out, and that you're gonna be here for our next live stream a couple of Mondays from now. So thanks so much, everybody. See you real soon.